So this is what the app file is, right? Our app file location. I just captured this app file location. Now, what I'm going to do right now means go to Google, okay, go to Google directly, search for Appium desired capabilities. I just want to explore more on a desired capabilities to see if anything is specific that I need to pass for an iOS. So usually whenever you are working on an iOS, basically you need to pass a few more desired capabilities that we have passed in Android. One desired capability that we need to pass here for this one is a UDID capability that we need to pass. Unique device identifier for the connected physical device or for the simulator also. We just need to pass this UDID in an Mac. So it means, let me show you this APM. I'm just navigating to the APM inspector session, where in this APM inspector session, what I'm trying to do means I just want to pass on my desired capabilities. So what are all the capabilities we have? We have a platform name, platform version, and all those things. I'm directly passing my capabilities here. Platform name, I'm just passing it as an iOS. Platform version, device name, automation name, and an app. These are the five standard capabilities: platform name, platform version, device name, and an app. These are the five capabilities that I have passed here. And additionally, one more capability that I have passed is an unique identification for that particular simulator. So the process in order to identify the UDID for the simulator and the real device is a differ. I'll show you how to get the UDID for this particular simulator. In order to get the UDID for this simulator, the only command that you need to use is in your terminal, instruments space hyphen s space devices. This is what the command you need to use in your terminal. And whenever you hit the enter button, the list of connected virtual devices for this particular machine will be prompted here. Okay, these are the list of virtual devices connected, out of which your simulator that you are using here is iPhone 12 Pro Max. So this is what the simulator that we are using. iPhone 12 Pro Max is the simulator that we are using, right? Where is this simulator? Here. So this one is iPhone 12 Pro Max. iOS 14.5 is my simulator configuration. I'm going here. From this list, if you see, basically iPhone 12 Pro 14.5, and this is what the UDID for that device. Whatever the value is there within this braces, we can call it as a UDID for that particular device. You can get the UDID from here and you can just place it there. So ours is 12 Pro Max. So here iPhone 12 Pro Max 14.5, and this is what the UDID is. I'm just copying this UDID from the terminal and I'm killing my terminal there, and I'm just placing one more extra capability which is an UDID, and I'm specifying that a UDID value here. And once after you entered all these desired capabilities, see here guys, automation name, platform version, device name, app, and a UDID. So we have a generated the app file, and the app file is in a different location, right? So get this app file location what you have placed in a notepad, and I'm updating my app file location here. This is what my app file is, and I'm saving these capabilities. Usually the reason why we need to save these capabilities is basically in future, if at all you want to identify on this application again and again, you no need to retype the capabilities. You can navigate to the saved capabilities, whatever the name you have given, you can click on that edit, and the capabilities information will display, and you can directly hit on a start session. And okay, you can directly hit on a start session. And usually for few people, due to version compatibility issues, if at all you might have installed an older version of a APM, an issue that encounters out over there is basically you were able to enter this information and you can click on a start session, but whenever you click on a save, no error it will prompt and nothing is being saved to the saved capabilities. In such situations, the only thing is you need to do is uninstall the APM and reinstall the APM will solve your issue. Okay, uninstall the Appium and reinstall the Appium with the latest versions will solve that kind of an issues. What is the issue means? If the capabilities are not being saved, then you need to uninstall and you need to reinstall that capabilities. And whenever you click on a start session, automatically it will try to establish a new session with this set of capabilities. And if you can see this parallel server log, what it is doing right now, see here, it is trying to establish a connection with that particular mobile instance, and it will try to install the app on that particular mobile phone. Let's see, basically at the very first time whenever you are installing the app, it will take a few seconds or more to load and to establish a connection with that particular app. And one thing here is, whenever you are working on Appium on a Mac, WebDriver agent is a mandatory thing. Okay, WebDriver agent is a mandatory thing. But whenever you are working on a virtual devices, you no need to use this WebDriver agent directly. Okay, so directly your Appium will work on the virtual devices. If at all you are targeting to work on any kind of a real devices, then this WebDriver agent configuration is required, that we will study as part of a upcoming sessions. Probably sometime in the next week, I will be explaining you how exactly we can establish a connection with the real devices. Okay, as of now, our focus is more on this particular simulator and the UI catalog application itself. So this is what the app is, the complete app file, and it got generated. And if you see, the session got established successfully, and this is what the Appium inspector session looks like. And there are multiple options here. You can choose any of the options and you can perform those things. And here I'm selecting this search, and for this search, I just want to perform a search operation. So I just selected this search, but here the locators are not being populated properly. See here, I was unable to identify the locators properly. In such situations, the only way that we can do is we can navigate into the app source and we can identify that information. See here, there is a default search where in which you can enter some value here, and yeah, that's it. You can enter some value. This is what the application is working on. So for which, what I am doing right now means to perform this particular operation, a search field, I am trying to navigate to the source code in order to identify these search attributes. See, this is pointing to the UI catalog and this is pointing to the rest of the web page or the app screen. So it is displaying as form of a table. So I'm just going with this search. Randomly, I clicked on these operations, and here I can see name is a search and search view controller. And here, if you want to click on this name, if you can see here, the locators are there, and it has an accessibility ID. This accessibility ID is pointing to this search field. So directly you can use an accessibility ID and you can perform this operation clicking on it. So let's go ahead and let us try to create a simple program that will be entering or clicking on this search and in the next screen in order to perform certain operations. So what I am doing right now means, for that, whatever the Android native app code I have prepared, I'm just copying the same codes and I'm placing that the same code here. Maybe I'm just creating a new class or a new package here, and I'm naming it as an iOS code base here. I just want to maintain my iOS code base here. And on this one, let me rename this code as search. Okay, iOS search functionality I want to do. So here in this search, I just want to update my this set of information. Whatever this set of information is there, I just want to update my this set of information. So here, automation name, it's an XCUI test. Platform name, iOS. Platform version, so what is the version of this device? It's a 14.5. Okay, and what is your device name? I just want to go with an only one device and I'm just giving it as an iPhone. An additional capability that we need to pass is an UDID. So come back here and specify UDID. And in order to get this a UDID, anyways, you just need to use the terminal once again. I didn't save my UDID, so I'm just using this command once again, and I'm capturing the UDID from my command prompt, and I'm placing my UDID value here. And once you have all these capabilities, this time you need to create an instance to your iOS driver. I'm creating an instance to my iOS driver. Okay, and then once after we changed it to an iOS driver, I have updated my UDID in this document for my future references. Okay, for my future references. And this is what an app file is. I'm copying this app file and I'm updating my app file in my program. See guys, if you observe your program, the only thing that we have done is whatever the Android earlier capabilities are there, I simply changed all my Android capabilities to an iOS capabilities here. Okay, I simply changed it to my iOS capabilities, and let me try to run my test script and see whether it is working or not. And usually a quick question will rise in our mind. Is this the only place where exactly we need to pass on these capabilities, or any other where exactly we can pass on this UDID? I will tell you a situation where we can have a UDID that can be used in an Android also. But as of now, I was unable to execute the test script, session not created, unable to create a new session. Please check. Original error is, what is the original error? An unknown server side exception. Original error, the bad app. See here, basically, original error. This is not an appropriate app. Okay, this is what this issue is. App does not exist. Okay, app is a bad app or it does not exist. Original error, bad app. Okay, 1 second. Let me check out the capabilities that I have passed once again. X platform name, platform version, device name, UDID, app, and the desired capabilities. That's it, right? I haven't done anything else. 1 second. Let me kill this Appium inspector session once and see what exactly the capabilities that I have passed here. This is what the app file is. I'm trying to update. Okay, so here, let me delete the space in front and let me update this app file properly. Okay, I'm not changing anything, guys. I'm just I have some additional space ahead. I deleted that additional space. I corrected the capabilities and I'm trying to run my script one more time. Okay, so I have some space in front. I deleted that particular space and I'm trying to run my program again. This time I didn't get any errors. The app got installed and the app got launched and it terminated that particular app too. Okay, and it terminated that particular app too. That's it. So this is the way how exactly we can perform these operations. Okay, so this is the way how exactly we can create an instance. Okay, that's fine. I'm good. I created an instance to this particular, okay, I created an instance to this particular, what I can say, iOS, right? So launch app. But now my requirement is I need to perform a search operation here. For this search operation, the only situation that you need to do is you need to click on this search. And I noticed that the search is having an accessibility ID. And here, let me establish the session one more time. And in the meantime, what I'm doing means I know that it is having an accessibility ID, and even I have that accessibility ID also. So find element by accessibility ID search. And I want to perform a click operation on that. Okay, and I just want to perform a click operation on that particular identified object. Okay, so what it will happen, it will perform a click operation on this search. And now these options will be populated. And on these options, I just want to pick one more option here. whether it might be a default or a custom search. I can pick on this default option. So here I'm just navigating to the source code, and the default is having an accessibility ID. Copy the accessibility ID for the default, and again I just want to perform a click operation for that. Okay, and I'm just performing a click operation for that. This is what a default thing is. Okay, this is what a default thing is. And once after you performed a click operation, this is the search field, it's being populated. Let's reload the inspector session, and here is the text field where I wanna perform that particular operation. See here, there is a cancel button. Okay, there is a cancel button, and there is a search text field. Let us see the locators. You have a type only. Okay, you have a type for this particular field, and even see you have a type, and others are we don't have any generic locators. Only type is the only locator that we have, type and the text field. And there is a button, basically the cancel button, and this cancel button is having a name property. So let me see, if I click on this cancel, what it will happen. If I click on this cancel, okay, so nothing is happening, just one second. When I am on this screen, okay, this cancel itself is not working. By default, the cancel is in an invisible mode. So you need to click on this text field, and you need to enter some value, and later you can perform this cancel. Okay, okay, that's fine. So now, in order to do that, this is what a text field is, and it is having a type property. Okay, so what I'm doing means, as I have a type of property, I'm trying to write down my XPath at the rate a type is equal to, and click on a find. See, I was able to identify one particular object, and I want to perform test here. I just want to cross check whether this locator is working or not. In the inspector session itself, I used a Senkeys command to see whether it is working or not. See here, test got appended out over there, with which I can confirm that this is what a text field property is. Just come back here, driver dot find element by XPath, and I'm using this one. First of all, I just want to perform a click operation on the text field, and after performing the click operation on a text field, I just want to enter a Surendra Jagannatham into that field. Okay, I just want to enter Surendra Jagannatham into this field. That's it, guys. This is a simple thing that we have created. And now let me try to run my test script. And after entering the value, there is a close button. And if you click on this close, okay, or a cancel, the search results or the search text what you have entered is, it's been going out basically. Okay, so we can use up to here, or if you want, basically you can perform the further operations also. See, basically there is a clear text, and there is an accessibility ID for the clear text also. So here, after performing this operation, driver dot find element by accessibility ID, again I'm just using a click command to perform this click operation. Okay, I'm just using a click command to perform this click operation. Gets. Let me try to run my test script and see how exactly the script is performing this operation. I'm just trying to execute my test script, and in parallel, guys, I'm just trying to observe these Appium server log to see if at all any issues are there. I just want to identify that issues here. So I just placed my cursor, and okay, it got executed, but nothing is being prompted. Let me try to run my script, and even it was not failed also. Let me try to run my test script again and see whether it is working or not. So I just clicked on a search. Okay, it entered the value and it canceled. Okay, it performed that operation successfully. Okay, so after a few seconds, even it will terminate that particular app too. Done the deal. So this is the way how exactly we can perform a basic operation, which is a search functionality on this iOS app. Okay. Any questions from your